Okay, folks, welcome back to the live webcast of the event of the Swiss Pro Slalom. This is your announcer, Tony Lightfoot, and so glad to have you on board here at the Swiss Pro Slalom event. We have a top-notch crew working the event. With the cameras and with our aerial photography courtesy of Vincent Stalbower. And I'm here providing commentary and analysis of the entirety of the event. And the event is the Swiss Pro Slalom presented by Nautique, Pro Gear, Good, the Swiss Water Ski Federation. And this event is taking place right here at the Swiss Water Ski Resort, one of the finest venues of its kind in the entirety of the water skiing world. So glad you could be out here or online enjoying the festivities here. Some of the world's top water ski slalomers are in attendance here. We've just seen the top four competitors make their way through to the women's final. We've got Regina Jaquist, Manon Costard, Whitney Mcccleintoch, and Clementine Lucene. Clementine Lucene will ski out first in the women's final, followed by Whitney, then Manon and Regina. And some great skiing on tap. Also, from the men, we're going to have Tim Henderson take to the water first, and then we will continue on from there in the men's pro slalom event in the second round. Now, there are a lot of permutations in play here. There are a lot of skiers that skied into 41 off 10.25 meters. In fact, if you weren't able to ski past 10.75 meters, you would not even be in the top 10 right now. So many skiers running 10.75 meters. And one skier actually making it through 41 off. That was Nate Smith. Unfortunately, only got a sniff of number one buoy and scored 6 buoys at 41 off as his score from round one. But this is a whole different kettle of fish. We start again with round two. The top 8 skiers, top 8 scores, whether top 8 scores as a combination of rounds 1 and 2 go through to the next round of the competition. The best score out of either round for each skier is the one that carries through for the purposes of making it through to the next round of the competition. But like I said, round 2 coming up very, very soon indeed. And I'm going to take a little bit of a breather, just going to grab a water or two, and we'll be back with women's round 2, with men's round 2. I do beg your pardon, in just a moment or so. So sit tight, those of you watching us from all points across the globe. This is the webcast of the 2016 Swiss Pro Slalom. Be back in a few moments. Okay. So, for those of you tuning in, you are most indeed welcome to Swiss Pro Slalom. My name is Tony Lightfoot, and we've just witnessed some great skiing so far. Tim Henderson, Thomas Witzak, and Nick Adams, who produced a score of 1 at 10.25 meters. But that score of 1 at 10.25 meters will not assure him of any future involvement in this competition, because the 8th position, when we take 8 through to next competition, to the next round of the competition, start at 2 at 41 off, 10.25 meters. All right then, folks. Here comes Tongi Deon. Good effort. So far, so good. He started in on 13, I believe. And that was 12. Whoa. So, that is Tongi Deon. And that was a 6-buoy count. We are confirming that it was a 12-meter run, 11.25 meters. Tongi Deon still got a long ways to go before he can start to make an impression upon this event. And there's our view from our aerial camera. Tongi about to make it in towards the course. Here comes Tongi Deon. 11.25 meters. Oh, nice turn off number 1. Oh, gets it to go round number 2. Thumps that number 2. There we go. Good stuff. Tongi Deon. Round all 6 buoys, 11.25 meters. The moment of truth has arrived. He's got to get through 10.75 meters, and then he could start to worry about making it through to the next round of the competition. The conditions, the water here, absolutely ideal. There is no two ways about it. This is one of the very best facilities in all of the world. And Tongi Deon, second place overall at the World Championship in the Under-21s in 2015. That tournament took place in Cesena in Spain. His next pass is 39.5 off. And bear in mind, check this out, folks. His personal best is 2 on this line length. So in order for him to make it to the next round, he's basically got to beat his personal best by over a pass. Certainly a tough draw. Let's see what he's got. 10.75 meters. Oh, look at round number 1. Good to go. Oh, look at this. Round number 2. Oh, he stalled it round number 2 and unfortunately unable to continue on beyond that point. That is Tongi Deon. And that was 10.75 meters. And now we return to the dock to see who our latest combatant is. The latest skier to hit the water. He comes to us from San Gervasio, Brescicano. He is Matteo Leri. And Matteo will be coming into the course on 13 meters to open up his account. Here he comes, Matteo Leri. Not looking too bad on the opening pass. So, got Matteo Leri. He ran through his opener. Okay. No, I got it. All right then. So, we're going to get Matteo Leri back on his next pass of 12 meters. A little bit of a technical glitch there for those of you watching, but I hope it hasn't affected your viewing of this event as we continue on. Here comes Matteo Leri. Looking in very, very fine shape indeed. Around 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And indeed, number 6. Didn't want to really preempt him that much, but he looked in good enough shape, at least at that portion of the run anyway. So just a little bit of control, which he has plenty of. And Matteo Leri working to become Dr. Matteo Leri, a doctor in sports psychology. He's taken that course of study at Florida State University up there in Tallahassee, and is working with numerous athletes, including those that have played in the NCAA beach volleyball championships that are taking place right now on some beach in Florida. But latest sport in the portfolio of the NCAA beach volleyball. Who would have thought that a few years ago? All right then, so here we go. This is Matteo Leri. Line length for Matteo, it's going to be 11.25 meters. Oh, getting a little bit wayward on that particular turn off number 2, round number 4, 5, and number 6. So getting a little bit stalled actually on number 3, if I'm being honest. So Matteo Leri from San Gervasio Bresciano. And during the summer months, he's over there in the northern part of Italy, coaching and running the Jolly Ski School outside, just a little ways outside Milano. And they actually have a pro slalom tournament that will be coming up very, very soon indeed. So watch out for that. Watch out for details on that particular event as they become available. So now, Matteo Leri has gone for 11.25 meters. Now, an uphill task for him, considering where his personal best is. I believe his personal best is 2 at 39.5 off. Going to try and get his biographical information to confirm that. So Matteo Leri, yes, 3 at 10.25 meters. So he is capable. He is capable of getting through to the next round of the competition, but it's going to have to start here. And now, round number 1, hooks up well. Overloaded on number 2. He knows it, and as he sinks into the water, he has just realized he spurned an opportunity to possibly make it through to the next round of the competition. Boat making its way towards the dock. Matteo Leri with a score of 1.5 at 10.75 meters. More skiers present themselves at the dock. Julian Buffil from France is our next combatant, and he will be going in, I believe, on 30 meters, unless I hear otherwise. So, coming to us out of Santi in Charente-Maritime. Here comes Julian. Nicely done off number 1, looking okay. Looking good. All right, not looking bad at all. Round number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, all the way through 6 on that run, and 13 meters, not bad at all. So, Julian Buffil from France, 12 meters coming right up. Entrance, number 1. Round number 2. Oh, look at that, round number 2. He's really fighting hard. Okay, good to go. Excellent stuff. Round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and indeed 6. 6 buoys on 12 meters, and will now work his way to 11.25 meters, which will constitute his next run. So, we've got Carlo Alis on the dock side. He's getting ready for his turn. Robert Pigosi, he's there already. And Julian Buffil from France. He's looking to try and make an impression upon this slalom event. So Julian didn't really fill out his bio sheet with too much information, only to say that his personal best is 1 at 10.25 meters and skiing on the radar vapor skis. Probably didn't understand English too well, but he certainly understands the slalom course pretty fluently. .25 meters. Let's see what he's got. Hooks up pretty well. Round number 1 and number 2. Round 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming up. There you go. That is 5, and the 6th buoy will come his way in pretty good fashion, I have to say. So there we go. Julian Buffil. 10.75 meters is the next pass. A pass that he knows that he needs to run. Now, judging by his personal best, it's probably safe to assume that he hasn't run it all that often in the past. So, if there is ever an opportunity for him to ski above his ability, this will be the time. 10.75 meters. If he can run this pass, then it will give him a shot. And if he gets more than 2 at 10.25 meters, then it provisionally puts him through to the next round of the competition. But that would only be for as long as that score remains above some of these tied competitors. So, let's have a look. This is Julian Buffil of France. 10.75 meters, a little slow off number 1, but look at this. He's round number, look at it go round, on the back of the ski off number 3. Tight turn on number 4. Oh, he's all over the show on that ski, and he's inside 5. So it's going to be a 4 buoy count. Almost completely losing it into the plant life going on our near shoreline going into number 5. And basically had the Prince of Mind just to shut it down and preserve what he had left of his balance there on that pass. So that was Julian Buffil, and he scored, I believe, 4 at 10.75 meters. So that's the last score from him. Now we have got Carlo Alis from Italy, from Milano in Italy. And he will go in, no doubt, on 13 meters for his opening pass. So 13-meter start. Entrance, number 1. Getting a good hook up here around number 1 and number 2. Fantastic effort getting the ski across the course. This is Carlo Alis, who is an elite level slalom skier for quite a few years now, was medaled at European level. And is doing a fine job with this effort that out there on the slalom course. Carlo Alis. Ooh, it's getting hot out here. We're approaching the 90-degree mark, and it's feeling a lot like summer here in Central Florida. We are at 90. Well, almost. It's 88 degrees, but I'm not splitting hairs on 2. Oh. All right then, folks. 12 meters coming up for Carlo Alis. An architect by trade. And we will see what he can come up with on the next pass coming up. This is going to be 12 meters. Looking good, looking in good shape. Carlo Alis managing his way through the slalom course, despite the fact that he has very little time aside from what he does work-wise to really put in some serious training. But he's still able to produce some exceptional skiing as he now gets ready for 11.25 meters as the next run. So Carlo Alis in the water, just going through a few pointers, mental pointers to himself, trying to key in on certain aspects of what he needs to do in order to make it through this pass, 11.25 meters. There we go. Entrance gates, number 1. Nicely done on that good slalom ski. Round number 1, 2, 3. There's your 4th. Here's your 5th. And there's the pass. Continuing on. Great skiing there from Carlo Alis. That is 11.25 meters. And now he has 10.75 meters to boot. Now, Carlo Alis, he actually tied with Julian Buffil with 3 on 10.75 meters. He's still a long ways away from possibly making it through to the next round of the competition. However, he's still on the water, and if he can get through 10.75 meters, then he could be in with a shout. Now, what else can I tell you about him? If I have some information, I will be more than happy to share it. So Carlo Alis is certainly one of the best slalom skiers to come out of Italy. And his personal best somewhere into 41 off or 10.25 meters, but we're one pass away from that, folks. Here he comes. Entrance gates. This is 10.75 meters off, 39.5 off. Needs to get this one to go. Oh, almost breaking over too far on number 3. Gets a good turn off number 4. He is stable. He is on fire. Oh, no! Oh, my word. He left that one out in the breeze. Off number 5. 9 times out of 10, he would have been able to have just flipped that ski round, gone a tight line and skied throughout the exit gate. And despite the fact that Carlo Alis has improved upon his score from the previous round, it will not be enough to ensure that he advances in this competition. So 5.5 is going to be the score for Carlo Alis in this instance. Wow, that was a surprising turn of events considering how far he was down course. But our next competitor to take to water will be a sole entrant from the Dominican Republic. It is going to be Robert Pigosi. And he will be coming into the course on 13 meters. Now, ladies and gentlemen, folks, whether you are on shore or online, this is a skier that you need to take a look at, especially on his entrance gates. You want to see weird? Take a look at this. There. A little broken over at the waist, a lot broken over at the waist, but it's a slalom technique that he's worked on in order to get good rotation across the wakes into his number 1 side turn. But a decent effort there. That is Robert Pigosi. As we shift over to the dock to see a few nervous faces there. We've got Jason Mcccleintoch. We've got Stephen Nephew on the dock. All right, then, here we go. This is Robert Pigosi. Not bad at all. Robert Pigosi running through his opening 2 passes. He's run through 13. He's run through 12. And now he's getting ready for 11.25 meters. Okay, so Robert Pigosi from the Dominican Republic on the water right here and now. Here we go, Robert Pigosi. 11.2. Oh, getting a really good hook up on number 1. Look at it go. Broken over on number 2. His slalom style is unconventional to say the least, but he gets the job done. An excellent skiing there from Robert Pigosi as we now follow him towards the end of the lake as he gets ready to shorten for 10.75 meters. Once again, this pass becomes critical. 10.75 meters, he needs to run that, and more than 2 on the next one to give himself a fighting chance. Yeah. Okay, so all right there, here comes Robert Pigosi. Oh, look at this, 10.75 meters. He's getting strung out into number 3. He's really having to work hard to get off number 4. How does he get outside number 5? Oh, my word. Kind of collapses around that turn. Didn't get the start that he truly needed. But that's going to be 4.5. I believe that's going to be 4 1/2 on that particular run. It's 4. He didn't even make it outside 5. So 4 buoys there at 39.5 off for Robert Pigosi. So our next skier to take to water is Jason Mcccleintoch. This is proving to be an extremely tough slalom event for some of our world's elite skiers. 8 go through to the next round of the competition. And there are some competitors that are in need of a jolt in this round of the competition. So here we go. We have got Jason Mcccleintoch. Jason Mcccleintoch is coming in on the 30-meter line. out of Windermere, Florida, but originally from the Canadian province of Ontario. That is Jason Mcccleintoch, and 13 meters is under his belt. Check. All right then, folks. We've just seen our next skier, Jason Mcccleintoch, make his way through 13 meters. Still some nervous faces on the starting dock. We've got Stephen Nephew about to take to the water. But Jason Mcccleintoch is out there now. 12 meters. Pass that he should be comfortable in running. And indeed he does. There we go. That is Jason Mcccleintoch. Looking in good form as he pulls out to shorten. So, he's through 13, he's through 12. Let's just set it up for him on 11.25 meters. Okay, so 11.25 meters now. Passes become shorter, more critical. Getting the start that he needed. And continuing to roll from one side of the course to the next. This is some good skiing. Oh, taking a huge hit off number 5, but still managing to hang on to it for dear life, getting round number 6. That was a brief lapse in concentration there from Jason Mcccleintoch, and he can't afford too many of those going forward. So, as Robert Pigosi makes his way to the dock, he got pretty far down on a 10.75 meters. The current junior world slalom champion will no doubt be rounding more boys before the end of the season. Our skier from the Dominican Republic. As we now work our way back out onto the slalom course, we've just seen Jason Mcccleintoch get through 11.25 meters, and now this is indeed the moment of truth. He's got to get through 10.75 meters to stand a chance of possibly making it through to the next round of the competition. So, here he comes. They say that the level of difficulty, the margin of error, is about the width of a garden hose. On this particular run, taking a good old snap off number 3 and 4. Look at this. Jason Mcccleintoch using that height to great advantage. So there you go. Jason Mcccleintoch making his way to the shortening area of the of the dock, near the dock area, and getting ready for the next pass. It is now 10.25 meters. 10.25 meters. He knows he's capable of getting far enough down this run to make a late run to the next round of the competition. The question is he up for it now? It is 10.25 meters. He's certainly faced this pass a few times in the past. A 28-year-old from Canada. His personal best is actually 4 on this particular line length. And he's currently ranked number 8 in the world. So here we go. This is Jason Mcccleintoch. Crunch time now. Here he comes. 10.25 meters. Needs more than 2. Round. Oh, and he pops the fin around buoy number 2. It's 1 1/2 buoys. That means he is half a buoy short of tying with at least a few of these skiers that have provisionally made it through to the next round of the competition at this time. But falling short of the mark that he really realistically needs. That is Jason Mcccleintoch with 1 1/2 buoys there at 41 off. So Jason Mcccleintoch, one of our heavy hitters coming into this event, unfortunately coming up a little bit short. And from one Canadian to another, we've got our next competitor on the dock. It's going to be Stephen Nephew. So, Stephen Nephew. Okay, on his way to the races now. This is Stephen Nephew. Opening pass, 13 meters. Gets a decent start. Round number 1 and 2, and indeed number 3. Not moving too much in the turn. Just using his strong upper body to give him leverage from one side of the course to the next. And that is Stephen Nephew opening pass on 13 meters and would now transition to 12. Now, let's have a look and see where we are on the starting dock. Still got plenty of skiers to come. We've got Kel Berdick, who's on the starting dock, coming to us out of Indiana. No doubt getting 1 or 2 snippets of advice there from Regina Jaquist, who is also on dockside. She's number 1 seed going through to the women's slalom final, and the only competitor in the women's competition to have cleared 10.75 meters or 39.5 off. Kel Berdick, fantastic slalom skier, a world championship finalist in the previous world championships in 2015. Certainly a very, very capable skier, and a skier that no one should underestimate coming into this event. And here we go. This is Stephen Nephew. Second pass is going to be 12 meters. here we go. Good effort there. Stephen Nephew. Excellent skiing there from Stephen. Looking very relaxed out there on 12 meters. 11.25 meters coming up. Scored a 4th place finish at the 2013 World Slalom Championships in Santiago de Chile. That event was also webcast by the Waterski Broadcasting Company. And pleased to have the assistance of Vincent Stalbower and his friends. Him and his rowdy friends, to help us out here with the webcast, and we appreciate them very, very much indeed. And I'm sure that you guys tweeting in would maybe want to convey that in a message. And we've got Vinny, we got Valerie Kashkova, Ricky Ward, and Justin Olsen. Give them a name call. And here we go. This is 11.25 meters for not Kel Berdick, but this is Stephen Nephew. Oh, look at that turn. Round number 4. Standing as probably one of the tallest slalom skiers in this event out of the men's division. And doing a fine job in making that pass look exceptionally easy. So we are down to a critical line length for him, as a line length in which Stephen Nephew in the previous round to this one scored 5 on 10.75 meters in the previous round. 10.75 meters it is, in fact. Coming up next. So Stephen Nephew, age 22, his personal best is 3:41. Right about where he needs to ski in order to make it through to the next round of the competition. And a reminder that he was the 2013 Under-21 World Champion. Won that title at the Isles of Lake Hancock, which isn't too far away from here in Windermere, Florida. And here we go. This is Stephen Nephew, and this is at 10.75 meters. He's got to get this to go. Oh, look at this. He's, early into 4. Good to go round number 5. Can't afford any hiccups here into number 6. And there you go. Great looking pass. That is one to savor from Stephen Nephew. That is at 10.75 meters. He'll drop in to shorten. And now getting ready for 10.25 meters. So glad that you folks are watching the webcast. We'll try and get a few more tweets out there. All right, then, here we go. This is Stephen Nephew, and this is at 10.25 meters. His personal best is 3. He needs to get a piece of that. Oh, he is all over the show off number 2. Does he get outside 3? I believe he does, and he may have gotten the full count to equal his personal best, and in the process, get above those skiers that are currently tied with 2 at 10.25 meters. It is a 3 buoy count, Brenda? It is 3. It equals his personal best. 3 at 10.25 meters equals his personal best. And now, in terms of scores that were previously recorded before, that puts him, in fact, in 4th place when you factor in the scores that were produced earlier on in the competition in round 1. So well done to him. So Canada's Stephen Nephew has vaulted himself into 4th place. He's equaled his personal best in the meantime as well. And you really can't ask for much more than that in this type of competition. So that is Stephen Nephew making his way back to the dock. I'm sure he'll be pretty pleased with that. But we still got a lot of skiing to go before we conclude round 2. So, next skier up is Kel Berdick. Okay, so Kel Berdick is our next competitor up. Here we go. Opening pass, 13 meters. Brings that ski hard around. Look at him go from one side of the course to the next. Fantastic skiing from Kel Berdick on his opening pass. As we pick up our images from the Octocopter, run by VSP, Vincent Stalbower Photography. Thank him very much indeed. So, once again, for those of you that need reminding, the hashtag for our event is Swiss Pro Slalom. Hashtag Swiss Pro Slalom if you want to get involved in the conversation. And bearing that in mind, let's have a look and see. Swiss Pro Slalom noodle bar. This comes to us from Nick Adams, of course. Yeah, I do actually deserve some water if I'm being honest, but there you go. All right then, so nicely done, round number 1 and 2. This is 12 meters, the pass he needs. Keeping the flow going. And good skiing there from Kel Berdick as he makes his way towards the dock. And good skiing, good effort there from Kel Berdick, and that was on the 12-meter line. 11.25 meters comes up within his gun sights now. Okay, so LK Berdick lending support to the skier that is on the water right now, Kel Berdick. This is 11.25 meters. Can't afford to put a foot wrong here. There you go. The 6 buoy is there. 11.25 meters, taking a bit of a hit round number 6. And that is some sensational skiing indeed for Kel Berdick. And now getting ready for the next run. The next run is going to be 10.75 meters. All right, so here we go. Kel Berdick coming in on this next run, 10.75 meters. He, along with everybody else going into this section of the event, know what they realistically need to do in order to make it through to the next round of the competition. It's vital to their future interest in this event that they get past number 2 on this on 10.25 meters. Now, he is on 10.75 meters right now, so he's 8 buoys away from achieving that distinction. But first things first. Let's see how he gets along. Round number 1. Oh, takes a big old turn off number 1. Gets that ski hard around, and look at him. He is early into number 4. He is flying at this point, much like our drone, but unfortunately getting a little bit ahead of himself into number 5, and that is all she wrote there for him. And with a score of 5 at 10.75 meters, that means essentially that he is eliminated from future contention of this event. So there we go. That is Kel Berdick, and that's a score of 5 at 10.75 meters. It certainly strengthens the claim of Stephen Nephew of making it through to the next round of the competition based upon his score of 3 at 10.25 meters. But we'll just have to wait and see how this pales out. In the meantime, our next skier to take to water is going to be K.C. Wilson. So, skier on the water is, or rather in the water at this time, is K.C. Wilson. He's going in on 30 meters. Entrance gates number 1, 30 meters for K.C. Wilson. Not bad at all on his opener. And a good skiing. So, 30-meter start. Now he's following up with his next pass. It is going to be 12 meters. Nervous times for each of our slalom skiers with each successive pass. They know that each pass brings them closer to where they need to be, but their concentration has got to be on point from start to finish. Cannot afford a single mental slip at this level. 12 meters. It's a pretty easy pass for a lot of these guys, but even at this stage, complacency will not go. Here we go, 12 meters coming right up. Casey Wilson, graduated Florida Southern College as of yesterday. And the 6 buoys will be coming his way. So, confirmation of the 6 buoys on 12 meters, and there we go. 11.25 meters has been called up for Casey Wilson for his next run. So glad that that you guys out there in the water skiing world are able to tune in to this live webcast wherever you happen to be around the world. Be sure to tweet us and let us know what you think. There's the Twitter handle, hashtag Swiss Pro Slalom, hashtag Swiss Pro Slalom. Here comes Casey Wilson. Looking good on number 1. This is 11.25 meters. And then beautiful 11.25 meter pass. Just made that look really, really crazy easy there on that particular run. It is a 6 buoy count. Excellent skiing. Thank you. All right then, folks. Now we're done. Now we are done with 11.25 meters. 10.75 meters is now within his sights. He scored in the previous round 1 at 10.25 meters, so he is capable of running this. Casey Wilson has a personal best. I don't think he's ever run 10.25 meters, but that's not his immediate concern ahead of him right now. His immediate concern is this pass, 10.75 meters. This is Casey Wilson. Entrance gates. Oh, look at that turn off, number 2. This is a pretty looking pass. Number 5 all over that one. Six confirmed, 10.75 meters, and now he can begin to focus on the ultimate task in hand, which is to ski in excess of 2 at 10.25 meters. Now, his personal best is 3 1/4 on this line length, so it's going to be a tough ask, but if there's one person who's capable of pulling something out of the proverbial bag, this is the guy. Former Junior Masters Slalom champion, former Junior US Open champion, former Junior World champion, and former Junior Malibu Open champion. Do you see a theme here? Pretty good junior skier and looking to try and assert his ability upon the elite professional stage. Here he comes. Here he comes. Casey Wilson needs more than 2 to give himself a fighting chance. Oh, he'd look at him go round number 1. He's round number 2. Hooks up on 2. Needs a piece of 3. Does he get it? Oh, and he needs to needed to drop the handle and throw it away from him, because getting caught up at that handle is the worst thing that can happen. But there we go, Casey Wilson. We're going to get a judge's decision. It is 2. Unfortunately, that means he is eliminated from further contention. Okay, so Casey Wilson may still be in this competition. We'll get towards the end of the competition before we start putting competitors through to the next round of the competition, but he's got a score of 2 with a backup of 1. Now, what that essentially means is that Casey Wilson, has got to start praying on the shore side. Because he's put himself in a position, quite possibly, to make it through to the next round of the competition, but his fate is totally out of his hands now. So, in fact, we have got how many skiers? We've got possibly 9 skiers provisionally making it through to the next round of the competition. I mean, at this point in the proceedings, it's hard to tell, but a lot can change between now and then. And looks like, who is our next competitor to take the water? It's going to be Daniel Odvarco. Daniel Odvarco is next. From Brno in the Czech Republic. And he'll be starting in on 13 meters. So 13 meters. Has a pretty good handle on this. And there you go. 5. No worries there. So here we go. That is Daniel Odvarco. With his run, resides in Santa Rosa Beach, where he runs a water ski pro shop. And still slashing and dashing out there with the best of them. Fantastic skiing there from Daniel Odvarco. And let's bring you up to speed with where we are so far as our skiers are concerned. Obviously, Nate Smith with 6 at 41s in the lead. Freddy Winter and Adam Saddlemeyer both tied for second with 3.5 at 10.25 meters. These are scores I'm reading out of round 1. We take the best score to advance through to the next competition. And if there's a tie for one of the final places going through, then we look to a backup. 4th place, we've got Benjamin Stalbower with 2.5 at 10.25 meters. Then in 5th, tied 4 ways, now 5-way tie, is Will Asher, Jonathan Travers, Martin Bartowski, and Tibbo Deon. And now added to that is Casey Wilson. Here comes Daniel Odvarco. And there you go. Good effort there from one end of the course to the other. Whew. Now, having run 12, 11.25 meters is within his reach. So now we have got Daniel Odvarco. Let's see what he can do. 11.25 meters. Hailing originally from Brno in the Czech Republic. But living these days in Santa Rosa Beach. Here we go. Entrance gate. Number 1. Going to go round number 2. Just trying to keep that ski angled away for as long and as strong as he can. And getting broken over off number 4. Little bit wayward round 5 and round number 6. But that's 11.25 meters. They don't get any easier as we go along. 11.25 meters. No exception there. And now 10.75 meters coming up for Daniel Odvarco. Knows he's got to run this pass to put himself in contention. And then he's got to run. He's got to try and run at least 2, because running 2 would put him within that multiple way tie for 4th place, but he will have a stronger backup score by virtue of his 1.5 at 10.25 meters. So I hope you understand all of that, because going forward it's going to become critical to each skier's chances of being part of that 8-skier slalom final here at Swiss. Here we go. Daniel Odvarco, 10.75 meters. Nicely done, round number 1. Good to go. Oh, getting broken over off number 2. Now he's really going to have to fight. Oh, no, and he collapses into number 5. And unfortunately for Daniel Odvarco, provisionally that eliminates him. So Daniel Odvarco. Daniel Odvarco there with a score, I believe, of 4 at 10.75 meters. May have gotten a little bit out of round 5, but it makes no odds anyway in terms of his position and the possibility of him making it through to a slalom finals. It's all but been eliminated there for him. As we now look to our next competitor, this is Tibbo Deon of Mauritius. Here he is on the opening pass of 13 meters. And nicely done there from Tibbo Deon as he works his way towards the end and gets ready to shorten the line from 13 down to 12. So waiting on Tibbo Deon. Now, Tibbo Deon is the first of our skiers who is currently tied with 2 at 10.25 meters out of the first round. So from here on in, we we start to provisionally put skiers through to the next round of the competition. Nicely done, Tibbo Deon. Seems to have a pretty good measure of that slalom course. So Tibbo Deon. That was 12, and the next pass coming up is going to be 11.25 meters. And looking in pretty impressive shape right now. Having an easy time getting from one side of the course to the next on 13 and 12. Now, 11.25 meters is going to be a little bit of a harder draw, though. He's really going to have to be perfect all the way through on this pass from the gates all the way through to the entrance gates, all the way through to the exit. So here we go. This is Tibbo Deon. Oh, attacks that number one. Oh, beautiful skiing. Good attacking skiing from one side of the course to the other, leaving nothing to chance. He'll pull out to shorten. It'll be 10.75 meters. Now, at this point in the proceedings, we're 8 skiers away from completing round 2. So even at this point in the proceedings, it's going to be pretty hard at this point to make a determination as to who has made it through to the next round of the competition. We've got Tibbo Deon, who scored 2 at 10.25 meters in the round previous to this. Naturally, if he can take the lead in this round with a score deep into 10.25 meters, that will certainly help his cause as well. Let's not forget Stephen Nephew a little bit earlier on scored halfway into his pass at 10.25 meters. So may have to defer to the scorers to find out who's made it through. And at 10.75 meters, that is Tibbo Deon making light work of that run. Yeah. So Tibbo Deon now is at 10.25 meters. 10.25 meters it is for Tibbo Deon. He scored 2 on this line length earlier in this competition. So he is capable of getting at least a third of the way down. Round number 1. Oh, thumps that one and just couldn't get it to go. And Tibbo Deon knows he might have missed a critical opportunity to make it through to the next round of the competition. We'll still have to get confirmation from our officials, because we're having to take into consideration a couple of things. One, Stephen Nephew, who made his way through to about halfway down the 10.25 meter line length, which means it displaces at least those group of skiers that were tied for 2 at 10.25 meters out of the initial round. And then secondly, you have a situation where Casey Wilson scored 2 at 10.25 meters and has a backup score of 1 at 10.25 meters. So that could in effect eliminate Tibbo Deon. But we'll yet to get the definitive word from our scorers before we make a confirmed determination as to which way the 8 places go to. Certainly, anyone that scored 2 at 10.25 meters, anyone that's scoring significantly above that will certainly do their chance of making it through to the next round no harm. But let's have a look and see who our next competitor is. He is our sole competitor from Slovakia, from Spinska Nova Ves. This is Martin Bartowski. He'll be going in on 13 meters. And decent effort there from Martin Bartowski through on 13 meters, and will now go to 12. So continuing on with this tournament, and this tournament is the Swiss Pro Slalom, presented by Nordiques, Pro Gear, Good, the Swiss Water Ski Federation, and this facility right here at Swiss Water Ski Resort, right here in the heart of Florida in Claremont. We thank the Stalbower family and their legion of supporters and helpers for putting this event on for the second consecutive year. As we now work our way towards the end of the course, and we will find Slovakia's Martin Bartowski, another one of those skiers from the first round who tied with 2 at 10.25 meters. A tie that now, instead of being for fourth place, it's now a tie. Instead of being for fifth place, it's now a tie for 6. So Martin Bartowski settling in. Pretty good effort there. It's going to be 11.25 meters coming up for Martin Bartowski. So because of that score by Stephen Nephew earlier on, that put him significantly above that tie of 2 at 10.25 meters, that means it's moved that tie that exists for 2 at 10.25 meters as a tie for 5th, but now as a tie for 6th. So here we go. This, as it stands right now, this is Martin Bartowski, 11.25 meters. Really pummeling these buoys hard. And there we go, Martin Bartowski from Slovakia, Central European nation that's bordered by Czechoslovakia to the west, Germany and Poland to the north, and a whole bunch of other countries, including Austria and Hungary. But Martin Bartowski getting ready for 10.75 meters. Let's see what we have in store for him. Let's have a look at the Twitter universe and see what we've got so far as latest communiques. All right, then, here we go. This is Martin Bartowski, 10.75 meters. Cannot afford to put a foot wrong here. His positioning on the list of skiers going through to the finals by no means certain. He's still got to work. And working hard he is doing. Look at him go round number 5 and number 6. So there you go, Martin Bartowski. 10.25 meters coming up in just a moment or so for him. So that was 10.75 meters, and now we change the line from that length to 10.25. Martin Bartowski from Spišská Nová Ves in Slovakia, and more often than not, he is the only representative from the entire nation of Slovakia in tournaments across Europe and the world, and a graduate of the University of Louisiana at Monroe. Skied on their national championship winning team. So, Martin Bartowski, 10.25 meters. If he can get significantly past number 2, then he might well give himself a big shot in the arm so far as his chances of making it through to the next round of the competition. Let's watch 10.25, Martin Bartowski. Oh, horrid number 1, and he's inside number 2. So he has a 2-buoy count with a backup of 1. 2 buoys from the previous round and a backup of 1. So how does that factor into the to being the top one among the top scorers, among the top 8 to make it through to the next round of the competition? I'm sure that after a short spell of calculation, we'll find out in a few minutes as to who's made it through to the next round of the competition. So Martin Bartowski makes his way to the dock. Skier to come after him is Jonathan Travers. So Martin Bartowski, he's done well 2 consecutive rounds where he's produced scores into 41 off 10.25 meters. But is that going to be enough to see him through to the 8 skier final? We will know within the fullness of time. A reminder, we take 8 skiers through to the final. If there is a tie for the 8th and last place, and that tie has to exist. If there is a tie for 8th place, then we go to a backup score to decide who makes it through and who doesn't. If there is still a tie, then whomever ties makes it through to the next round of the competition. So, skier on the water is Jonathan Travers. .30-meter start. There you go. 13-meter start and a 13-meter pass. So there we go. 12 meters comes up for Jonathan Travers, and we will continue to see him ski. Let's have a look at some of our tweets. Shout out to, well, we'll see that one in a minute. Great skiing for Whitney Mcccleintoch and Stephen Nephew and J-Max Skis. Skate and Ski. Thank you very much indeed for sending your tweet over. Carissa GKW, a perfect day at Swiss Pro Slalom. #Slalom, #waterski. Thank you very much indeed. And those of you that are watching, why not tweet us? #Swiss Pro Slalom. Shout out to King One Ward for operating camera 1 on the judges tower with no shade. Yep, he is absolutely baking up there, but guess what? We love him for it. We need to douse him down with some I don't know, with some water or something like that. All right, so here we go. This is Jonathan Travers. Looking good on this pass on 12 meters. It's run 13. And looking very, very good indeed. Looking in very controlled out there. Controlled aggression from one end of the course to the next. Pulling out to shorten, and it is going to be 11.25 meters. So now 11.25 meters comes up. Okay, so here we go. This is Jonathan Travers, 11.25 meters. Round number 1. Good attacking posture here. Jonathan Travers, 11.25 meters, a pass that he's run on many occasions, but he knows as well as everyone else he cannot afford to be complacent, even at a great site like this at Swiss Waterski Resort. Conditions are absolutely pristine. Hardly a ripple on the water, at least generated by the wind. The only ripples that you see are generated by the boat, which is the Ski Nautique 200. We thank those guys very much indeed for providing us with those towboats. And whilst I have a little bit of time, why don't I tell you a little bit about our sponsors? Indeed, this is the Swiss Pro Slalom, brought to you by Nautique, Pro Gear, who are dedicated to performance, good carbon innovation, the Swiss Waterski Federation, and this whole event has been brought to you right here at the Swiss Waterski Resort. So, now we're looking down towards the lake. We've just seen Jonathan Travers go through 11.25 meters, and we're now going to get set to tow him back into the course at 10.75. Almost overloaded the gates into number one, but on the tail of the ski. Now he's in trouble. Of 10.75 meters, now he's really going to have to pull this one out of the sack. Boom! Nicely done. A 6 buoy count. I'm sure he was exceptionally relieved beyond words to run that pass. Wow. 6 buoys at 10.75 meters. Christmas came early. Right. Here we go. And we now have Jonathan Travers. Moment of truth. 10.25 meters. Still plenty of skiers about to take to water. We've got 5 more. We've got Will Asher, who's going up next. And then we've got Benjamin Stalbower, Adam Saddlemeyer, Freddy Winter, and Nate Smith. How can we possibly contain all of this slalom talent in one place? There appears to be a lot of activity around the dock area, but not as much as there is on the water right now. Jonathan Travers. Horrid number 1 gets around number 2. Does he take the S-turn? Yes, he does. With 2 identical scores of 2 at 10.25 meters. That is Jonathan Travers. Jonathan Travers. 2 at 10.25 meters in the first round. 2 at 10.25 meters in this round. Consistency is not the word. So, we still got 5 more skiers to come. And a whole lot of skiing. Meanwhile, on the starting dock. Not too sure what's happening there, but a lot of stuff of a technical nature going on, and Benjamin Stalbower there nervously pacing up and down. There's Adam Saddlemeyer there too. But our next competitor out is Will Asher. So, Jonathan Travers skiing into the shore. Far from the madding crowd. So, next skier on the water is Will Asher. Here comes Will Asher. This is 13-meter start. And he just makes slalom skiing look so smooth. Hardly any grunt work on 13 meters. It will get harder, trust me, for the remaining passes to come. But that 13-meter pass had had hardly any aggression attached to it. It just looked smooth from one end of the course to the next. All right, so we've just seen Will Asher go through on 30 meters. And maybe this is the first, but did Benjamin Stalbower ever think for a moment that he would be starting after Will Asher after the first round? Whilst he gets ready, we get ready for Will Asher's second pass. It is going to be on 12 meters. "12-meter pass for Will Asher. Not looking bad at all. Yeah, stroking 12 meters. Two-time World Slalom champion, many-time medalist at the World Championships. And some great, great skiing there from Will Asher as he sinks in and gets prepared for 11.25 meters. Okay, so Will Asher. Actually, we can genuinely say that there isn't enough room on this announcer's sheet to put in all of his accomplishments. But let's go through some of the top ones, shall we? He's the current Moomba Masters Slalom champion. No time like the present. 5-time Masters champion, 5-time Malibu Open champion, 2-time World champion, 5-time Princess Pro-Am champion, 5-time Diablo Shores champion. Yep, the list goes on. And he is skiing on an HO V-type. .25 meters. Good extension around number one. Ski just scooping out from underneath him. 11 point. Oh, look at that. Attacking his way across the course now. Now we've upped the ante with 11.25 meters. Now we're actually forcing Will Asher to start working out there on the water. Up to now, it's been pretty effortless. But now Will Asher is faced with 10.75 meters. Now, he's the last of our skiers that we've had tied from the round previous to this at 10.25 meters. Every skier that we have from here on out has exceeded 2.2 at 10.25 meters from round one. First of those skiers that we're going to see is Benjamin Stalbower. He's on the dock, and then we'll find Adam Sattermeyer and Freddy Winter, who both tied with 3.5. And then we've got Nate Smith, who actually ran the pass, but didn't get much of anything on 10.75 meters. So 9.75 meters, I beg your pardon. So, okay, here we go. This is Will Asher. Nice attacking posture out at number one. Almost falling in on the turn on number three, but managing to stay on top of the water. Good balance, good precision, and a good pass there. So Will Asher, 10.75 meters. He's got it good to go. And he will now pull out to shorter to the next line leg for 10.25 meters. And just like that, hardly believe, scarcely about 4 or 5 minutes ago, that we brought Will Asher out onto the slalom course, and now we're at 10.25 meters. Now, realistically for Will Asher, if he goes more than 2, it would be pretty safe to say that he's made it through to the next round of the competition. He wants to definitely make sure that he's skiing. So we're trying to we're getting some communication from our scorers, and the situation as it stands right now, if he gets more than 1, he's in. Here we go. 10.25 meters. This is Will Asher. Oh, round number 1. Oh, look at that, round number 2. Oh, he doesn't just, whoa, he basically bailed on number 3, managed to get round number 3 into the wakes. He knew that instinctively anything more than 2 would certainly put him through to the next round of the competition, and that's exactly what he skied for. It is 3 buoys at 10.25 meters. 3 buoys at 10.25 meters. That would put him in around about 4th or 5th right now, taking the first round scores into consideration. Actually 5th or 6th, but around that area. It's not going to be top 3 because the tied for second place score is the tie for that is 3.5 at 10.25 meters between Adam Saddlemeyer and Freddy Winter, and then Nate Smith. So we're getting confirmation that Martin and Casey are through to the next round of the competition. Will Asher obviously through. And Jonathan Travers, we believe, has made it through to the next round of the competition. But we'll get that settled towards the end as we look to see who is on the water next. Our skier next is Benjamin Stalbower of Switzerland. So 13 meters. Entrance gates number 1. Benjamin Stalbower. Looking very, very strong indeed. Some powerful skiing from one end of the course to the next. I like what he's doing out there, and looking to make an impression out there on the slalom course. Benjamin Stalbower. Aerial footage provided by his younger brother, Vincent Stalbower Photography. There you go. All right, so we're now watching for Benjamin Stalbower. He's gone from 13 meters now to 12. Skier that knows pretty much everything there is to know about this site. This is his home site in Florida. The site where the ski school is run by his family, Clint and Valerie Stalbower. A skier that has skied for the University of Louisiana at Lafayette, the Raging Cajuns. And has gotten close to the NCWSA National Collegiate Water Ski Slalom title. And here we go. This is 12 meters, and this is Benjamin Stalbower. Getting a good hook up on these turns. Yep, he is all over that pass. Fantastic skiing. You now pull out to shorten for 11.25 meters. Back in at 11.25 meters. Okay, whilst Benjamin Stalbower's out there, let's look at some tweets. Seen that one from Skate and Ski for Stephen Nephew, Whitney Mcccleintoch and J-Max Skis from a little bit earlier on. And for those of you that want to participate in the webcast using your tweets, the hashtag for the event is hashtag Swiss Pro Slalom. Hashtag Swiss Pro Slalom on Twitter to participate in this event, and I'll put the best tweets up online. And here we go. Benjamin Stalbower. This is 11.25 meters. Oh, look at this remarkable skiing, remarkable grit and determination from Benjamin Stalbower as he makes his way across course and does a fine, fine job with that particular run. That was 11.25 meters, and now 10.75 meters is well within his sights. Here comes Benjamin Stalbower, 10.75 meters. Getting in all kinds of shape here on 10.75 meters. And he pops the handle. Pops the handle around that buoy. That will give him 3.5, I believe. Now, where does that put him in the among the list of skiers slated to make it through to the next round of the competition? So Benjamin Stalbower swimming in. We'll find out his fate in respect to our 8-skier final in just a moment. So Benjamin Stalbower coming up short on 10.75 meters. He may have already have done enough from the round previous to this with 2.5. All right, skier on the water is Adam Saddlemeyer. Adam Saddlemeyer, the sledge. Looking good. Round all 6 buoys on the opener. As we cut over towards the dock and see what's occurring. Next skier to come after Adam Saddlemeyer is Freddy Winter, who I believe alongside Adam Saddlemeyer are pretty much assured of their spot through to the next round of the competition. Both of them skiing 3.5 at 10.25 meters. So they can rest relatively easy, but they still got this round to complete as we prepare to bring Adam Saddlemeyer into the course. Here we go. This is Adam Saddlemeyer. And a beauty of a pass that is too. That was on 12 meters, not 13, as was advertised on the caption on the screen. So we go from 13 meters from the opening pass, and that was 12. And now we go to 11.25 meters for Adam Saddlemeyer, and doing a fine, grand job out there. Sitting on the dock is Freddy Winter. So 11.25 meters beckons for this competitor, Adam Saddlemeyer. Entrance gates number 1. This is Adam Saddlemeyer, 11.25 meters. Good, strong effort so far, but he can't afford to be complacent. He's certainly leaving no chances out there. There you go. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and indeed number 6 for Adam Saddlemeyer. He is good to go, and he has 10.75 meters coming up. All right, so skier on the water. This is Adam Saddlemeyer, and it is going to be 10.75 meters. The entrance gate looking pretty sharp. Gets the ski hard around. Oh, look at that. Even better on number 2. But still working away, still trying to fight against the power of that Nautique 200 as he pummels number 6. To put his stamp on that particular run. That is a 6 buoy count, so that is 10.75 meters. Bring in a little more rope, please. 10.25 10.5 meters. So, time right now is 10 past 5 in the evening. Still got plenty of skiing to go, folks. And at 10.25 meters, this is Adam Saddlemeyer. Entrance gates number 1. Drops in all round number 2 and getting broken over at the waist. Didn't want to hold on to that. Didn't want to be a feature of one of the bunkers on the golf course. But 2 buoys is probably going to be it there for Adam Saddlemeyer, maybe a little bit less. It is 1.5 though. 1 1/2 is our confirmed score for Adam Saddlemeyer on that effort. But the score that he produced earlier with 3.5 at 10.25 is quite probably the one that will see him advance through to the next round of the competition. Alrighty, Roo. Let's have a look at our next competitor. He is on the dock right now, coming to us out of the London Borough of Wandsworth. He is Freddy Winter. So Freddy Winter, next skier to come. $13-meter start for Freddy Winter. Just trying to hold back on the power that he normally utilizes out on the slalom course. Just try and ski controlled and ski with rhythm and try not to overexert himself. At least save a little bit for the final round, which we anticipate him being a part of. Freddy Winter, our penultimate skier, and on the starting dock from McCordsville, Indiana, there is Nate Smith. So, whilst Nate looks out on the lake, we've got Freddy Winter about to attempt. About to attempt the pass of 12 meters. Should have no problems with this one coming up. All right, here we go. This is Freddy Winter. This is the 12-meter run. All right, so Freddy Winter making his way towards the dock and getting ready to shorten to the new line length of 11.25 meters based upon the successful completion of that particular run. So 11.25 meters now beckons for Freddy Winter, waiting on that line to tighten up, and then it will drag him down the course at about at a speed of 58k. Let's see what he's got. And here we go. Freddy Winter, 11.25 meters. Looking okay, looking in good shape. Just trying to stay ahead of the course, trying not to dump the ski or make too many errors on that particular run. And Freddy Winter doing a fine, fine job with that run at 11.25 meters, and we'll take a little bit more line in, and it becomes 10.75 meters. Now, Freddy Winter comes into this event as the course record holder because last year, as you may recall, he scored 1 at 9.75 meters, one of only 2 people to actually run that pass here at this facility. And that score at 1 at 9.75 meters is also the European record. So Freddy Winter could have an opportunity to make a little history once again. And certainly within the last week or so, there's a lot of British happenings that have made history. A 5,000 to 1 shot for the Premier League title came through with Leicester City. They won the title and they were crowned yesterday at their last home game of the season versus Everton. And the City of London voted in its first Islamic mayor. Here we go. This is Freddy Winter. This is 10.75 meters. And looking good, looking strong. Round number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. He now looks so easy for him, but he will tell you firsthand that slalom at this level is anything but. It takes a toll on the body. The shoulders, the legs, the lower back, chiropractors, bills piling up, physiotherapy out the wazoo. It's a hard life being a slalomer. And now we have Freddy Winter on the water with 10.25 meters within his gun sights. All right, here we go. This is Freddy Winter. .25 meters. Oh, gets a pretty decent number 1. Round number 2, he gets the hook up he needs. He's round number 3, a little bit of a delay off 3. Little bit of a knee bend round 4. Looking to go round number 5. And does he get round number 6? Yeah, buddy. And the second time that we've seen this caption put up on the screen. 9.75 meters. Freddy Winter. Fantastic skiing there from Freddy Winter. And right in front of the skier that performed it just a few hours prior in the first round, Nate Smith on the dock. He probably took a slight look over his shoulder to see Freddy Winter ski all the way through 10.25 meters, and he's just chilling on the dock. No exercise, no stretches, nothing. Just trying to lie back and focus and just get mentally prepared for the task at hand. And did I mention that the European record is 1 at this next line length? Well, it is. And he has a chance to beat it. Here he comes. Freddy Winter, 9.75 meters. He's round number 1. And he ties the European record. If he gets the 1 buoy count, which is by no means an automatic, looks like it's won by Freddy. 1 buoy at 9.75 meters. Yeah, buddy. Good effort there from Freddy Winter. And now we come down to our last competitor. And he will be going in, no doubt, on 13 meters. It is the current world record holder, the current world champion, Nate Smith from McCordsville, Indiana. So here comes Nate Smith, opening past 13 meters. Oh, 12 meters. I do beg your pardon. 12 meters. Feeling a little frisky out there today. 12 meters, opening run. That is Nate Smith. But here's the thing, though. In the final round, the starting line length is going to be 12 meters, so this will help. Probably already trains with 12 meter starts on a daily basis, so this isn't anything that's unfamiliar to him. So. All right, then. He started at 12, which means he's going to come back in at 11. 2 passes in, and he's already onto a line length shortening that where the handle does not even reach buoy's width. This is a Hoosier native. This is Nate Smith. Good extension on number 1. Makes it look smooth. Makes it look surprisingly easy. Go around number 5 and indeed number 6. There we go. Good effort there from Nate Smith as he pulls out and will now shorten down. At this stage, 10.75 meters. Now, At this stage of the game, there's hardly a gust of wind out there, so he isn't going to tactically gain too much from starting either 13 or 12 meters in respect to wind strategy. Maybe a little bit of a breeze coming at him from his left to right as he goes into 10.75 meters, but wind conditions affecting the state of play here at Swiss Water Ski Resort? Yeah, sounds ridiculous, doesn't it? So 10.75 meters at one of the finest venues in the world to slalom, the Swiss Water Ski Resort. The roar of that boat of his choice, the Nautique 200. Nate Smith, entrance 1, 10.75 meters. Oh, look at it go round number 2. 3 and 4 and 5, and makes light work of that pass from one end of the course to the next. That is 10.75 meters. And just like that, we're at 10.25 meters. Just 4 passes in, and we're already at 41 off. Nate Smith. All right, so here we go. Here we go. This is Nate Smith, 10.25. Oh my word! Did you see that? Absolutely dug the tip into that buoy and collapsed on that opening turn. That does not happen often. And so, after 2 rounds of skiing, Freddy Winter has the lead with 1 at 43 off or 9.75 meters. Nate Smith is in second place with 6 at 10.25 meters. And beyond that, I'm just going to wait on the scorers to give me confirmation of the remaining 6 spots before we determine who skis in the next round or not. It might actually be up to 8, 9, or 10 skiers making it through. 9 skiers. We get a little bit of confirmation there on 9 making it through to the next round of the competition. So for you guys watching us online, you are watching the Swiss Pro Slalom. And this event is brought to you by Nautique, Pro Gear, Good Carbon Innovation, the Swiss Water Ski Federation, and this event is being held right here at the Swiss Water Ski Resort. Thank you very much indeed, everyone, for tuning in wherever you happen to be online. Not too sure how far this webcast has spread globally, but I'm sure that I'll pick that up upon closer review of the analytics from this webcast. This has been your announcer, Tony Lightfoot, and we will terminate the webcast right here and now and get ready for the women's slalom final. When we get onto the flip side with the women's slalom final, we'll give you an update on the results from the men's competition and to tell you who the 9 skiers are. So, if you watching online need to know who the 8 or 9 skiers that have made it through to the next round of the competition are, then flip out from this webcast player, and go to the webcast player that says Women's Slalom Final. We will see you there on the flip side, but this is Tony Lightfoot, your announcer, saying ciao for now, and we will be webcasting on the player that says Women's Slalom Final.